Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kaigan. For today, I thought I'd do a bit of an update, vlog, if you will. I don't really call these vlogs because they're not really vlogs as such. More sort of updates, what I've been up to. Um, I've got a bit of a busy week this week. So tomorrow we're going out food shopping. I mean, I'm taking my son food shopping. Um, my partner's popping out to her mum's. Going to a place called Heron's Food. It's kind of like a bit like a farm foods or that. If you live in the UK, you probably know what it is. I don't want to say it's a discount supermarket, but it's one of those supermarkets like where they just have a bunch of different stuff in there. They give some great deals. Don't ever feel ashamed of going to a cheaper place. It's not like a pound shop or anything. It's a bit cheaper and more, variety to it. Normally I'll go to Aldi normally because Aldi I feel like do great. Cheapest. That is probably one of the cheapest supermarkets here in the UK is Aldi. But the problem is with Aldi, after a while, I get bored because it's always the same stuff that they have. They don't always get a lot of new stuff in, and it's always the same things I'm picking up. We've got a new Iceland's in town. The caveat with that, it means I have to go into town. Whereas with Aldi, I can walk there. Sometimes I can't walk that because I've got heavy shopping. It's about a 20-minute walk for me, maybe a bit longer than that, depending. Iceland's, I like Iceland's. It's nice. We did have one in town anyway, but they've moved it now. It's much bigger. It's much nicer. Iceland's, I think, is a great supermarket as well. But the problem I have with Iceland's is, they have more variety than say Aldi. But I'd say it's a bit more expensive than Aldi. Sometimes I can go into Aldi and get maybe two like sets of frozen meals. Like the frozen like chicken strips and potatoes like waffles or whatever. I can get two. Whereas in Iceland, I'm paying maybe for one pack for the same price as what they would be for two packs in Aldi. So that's a bit of a caveat, really. Do I go to Iceland and get the variety, or do I go to Aldi and get the cheaper stuff? I can sort of do a mix and match. But Herons, I like Herons. I'll go there every now and then. It is again a bus journey. It's not directly in the town, but my partner said she's going to meet her mum in town anyway. So he said, all right, we'll pop into town anyway because I've got to go into town because unfortunately with some of the money that my partner gets, which we use for shopping and things, she only has a cash card, so I have to draw it out cash, and then I have to put it into the bank account that I can use the card for. We need to change those details around. It is a bit of annoying, but unfortunately that's what you got to do sometimes. So she said we'll pop into town, get some McDonald's, but then it'll be a bus journey to Herons and then a taxi home with my son. But I like going to Herons, some good stuff. I know you're probably like, who cares about your food shopping? Just thought I'd put it out there. Let me know in comments below, where do you do your food shopping? What supermarket do you go to? I think one of the best ones is probably Asda, but unfortunately where we live, Asda is quite far away. It is within distance, but because I don't drive, it would mean having to get a taxi up there. There's also a Home Bargains, which is really nice, so there's lots of shops around us. It's just trying to find the best one to go to, and lots of choices and things to be made. And stuff like that. Yeah, you can do online shopping, but I don't know. I prefer to go into a shop and see what I'm getting because sometimes they have stuff that you don't know. And the problem is with online shopping, at least what I find is half the time the stuff you order, when it turns up, you can't check the dates on it. They give you terrible dates, or they always substitute items, or they go, oh, we haven't had this in stock, and then you have to wait a couple of days for your money to get returned. It's just a hassle. So that's tomorrow, and then I think I'm going to order a pizza tomorrow night. I said I'll order us a pizza tomorrow night. I'm going to order from Milano's. I don't know if Milano's is a chain. I know there used to be one back back in the town where I used to live, because it used to be near my mate's house in Reading, but I've never seen anyone since. But I think this is a private one. But it's nice. I like it. You can get extra large pizza with 4 toppings, some fries. some garlic bread and a drink for $17.99. Why not, you know? I know a lot of people like Domino's. Domino's, I feel, is just overrated and expensive. Papa John's, I don't really go to Papa John's that much. I don't think we've got one round us. Camprino's, we've been ordering a lot from, not a lot, but that when we've ordered pizza, it tends to be from Camprino's. I do like their stuffed crust pepperoni pizza with the pepperoni inside the stuffed crust. It's quite nice, but again, it's trying to, you know, put a bit of variety to it, get something different, you know. Thursday, I said we're going to pop down to. This sounds stupid, but we got this post office. It's about 20. It's about a 15-minute walk from where I live. But inside the actual post office, the shop, but they have loads of like imported stuff. Like they have American stuff, you know, Japanese, Chinese, you know, Korean, European food, snacks and drinks. So I said I'll treat us to a few things from there. On Thursday, I said you know, we'll have a little look down there, and I said, you know, we can have a little look, and maybe if I pick some stuff up, maybe would you guys want me to do some food reviews? I'm thinking about doing some food reviews and drink reviews, maybe even alcohol reviews, but honestly, I don't drink alcohol that much, maybe once a year, if that. But I do like some alcohol-free stuff, you know, like alcohol-free beers. The best one that I've had so far is probably the Corona. I used to like the Bavaria ones. They used to do them in Asda, but I don't think they do them anymore. I do want to try the Guinness one, but with me, it's whatever the local shop has in, you know. So, but yeah, and then I think we're going to go and get a haircut as well Thursday. I said I'll get mine and my son's haircut. Friday, I don't think we're doing anything Friday. My partner was meant to go to her granddad's with the kids, but I don't think they're doing it now. I think they're going to maybe do it Sunday. And then Saturday, my partner's mum's going to have the baby, so we're going to go. I said to my partner and my son, I said we're going to go to a pub, carvery that was recommended to us by my partner's brother. He said it's quite nice, so, and it's not that far away actually. Walking distance, a bit. You know, you could get a taxi down there if you wanted to, but I don't really like carvery. Carvery is basically like roast dinner sort of thing in the UK. Maybe it's different elsewhere. You know, you can go in, you choose what meats you want, and then help yourself to veg and stuff. I'm not really a big fan of roast dinners and things like that. So, but they do pizzas and burgers, so I'm going to try one of their burgers. Tim and I were having pizza tomorrow, so maybe I might want another pizza on Saturday. I don't know. But yeah. So that's pretty much this week. So it's nice. I like weeks when we're going to be busy doing stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in a bit of pain at the moment. My just above my to the left of my lower spine has been playing up a bit, but I think it's because I walked all the way into town the other day with the pushchair and back. You know, I know it sounds stupid, but I probably pulled the muscle back there because of where, you know, it's quite, you know, a tense area, you know, quite easy to damage. So it's not to the point where I can't move, but it's noticeable. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so yeah, I like those weeks where we're busy. I've got my holiday coming up on the 19th. I'm a little bit concerned because I looked at the trains today, and apparently on the Saturday there would be train strikes. It says Sunday there isn't any train strike, but it says some services may be impacted. Don't get me started on the strikes here in Britain, because I don't even want to go into it. Like, everywhere is striking. Probably got the reason behind it. I get that, but you know, it is just, you know, ruining people trying to get to work and stuff. You know, people are moaning that there's not enough money in the country, and ain't got enough money to pay for things, and then the government are putting things, you know, people are raising their prices, and then they're going, oh, we can't even go to work to earn money because of train strikes and things like that. It's bonkers. It's fucking bonkers. But it did say that it should be alright, so I'm hoping it will be alright on the Sunday. I'm going to pop down, you know, to Reading. Going to spend a couple of hours at my dad's house, say hello to everyone. I've already booked a hotel quite locally. I don't need to stay in a hotel that night. You know, I've got plenty of plenty of space at my dad's. It wouldn't be an issue, but it's just because I want to have a bit of a time to myself. My mate's going to pick me up anyway around about 6:30. We're going to go out bowling, and then I think the next morning we're going away on holiday on the Monday to Friday. So I'll be getting up nice and early. We're going to pop to the local Asda, get all of our snacks and stuff for the holiday in, any drinks and things like that. I don't, drink drinks, but just some sodas or pop or whatever you want, whatever you call them, fizzy I call them, cans of, maybe if you want any beers and stuff. I'm looking forward to the holiday. I said I'd probably stop at my dad's maybe the Friday and Saturday night and come home the following Sunday, because my partner's back at work on the following Monday. So that's pretty much the main plans for the next couple of weeks. And stuff like that. So what about me? What have I been playing and that? What have I been watching? Well, I finished Sleeping Dogs. I beat the main story. I did do the zombie one, the Jingxi one, the Nightmare in North Point as well. I did start the Year of the Snake, but I was like, you know what, from this, it was the same thing that happened last time. I started that one and I just didn't like it at all. Loved Sleeping Dogs. Not a perfect game by any means. Definitely an underrated game. It will be in an upcoming underrated favourite games of mine. I enjoyed it. It's the third time that I played it, which takes a lot for me to replay a game. Tonight I'm actually going to start The Crew 2. I played a tiny bit of the first one, but I don't think you really need to have played the first one to enjoy it. I've just been in the mood to play a bit of a racing game for a while, but I'm not really big into simulators, and I think The Crew 2 is kind of like, like the Need for Speed open world games and Forza, those sort of games. But the one thing that I do like the look of with The Crew 2 is the ability to be able to swap between off-road like dirt bikes and ATVs and stuff, but then you've got street racing, but you've also got planes and boats. It just looks like a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed those sort of racing games where you have multiple styles of racing. One of my favourite PS1 racing games was Total Driving. I think it goes by a different name in the US. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so I really do. I think maybe it's Total Immersion Racing or something like that in the US. But it's a really, really, it's not a perfect game by any means, but I always remember that game because you have multiple different types of cars, rally, off-road, dune buggy, racing cars, street cars. And I've always been a big fan of that sort of style of game. One game that I did see Metal Jesus talk about was the Riders Republic game, that big open world game with like the skis and the bikes, and that looked like a lot of fun, so I might have to give that one a go at some point. WWE 2K23 is coming out in March. I'm gonna try and get it before I go on holiday so I can take it with me on holiday, so I've got a console with me to play with my mate. I'm gonna see when it comes out. I think it's the 14th of March. I'm popping in town tomorrow anyway, so I might pop into Game and ask them if they've got a date on it. It will be the PS4 version because I ain't got PS5 to play. So, but I could buy it digital. But the only problem is because we're going away on holiday, I'm not going to have Wi-Fi, so I don't think you can play digital games without Wi-Fi. I could be wrong, but I'm sure you need to be connected to the internet to access your games. I could be wrong, but I'm sure that's how it works. So I don't want to make that, So I might put some money up for that and try and get that because I want to play that. I haven't watched WWE in a while actually. I need to catch up with it. I did see the results of Elimination Chamber. I haven't watched it yet. I heard it was quite good. I heard the matches were quite good. So. But I've watched a few things as well. I'm still on about season 20 of The Simpsons. Again, my third rewatch. Second or third rewatch, one or the other. But I took a break from it and I've started watching Only Fools and Horses again. I'm on like season 4, season 5 now. Not a long show. I think there's about 80 episodes. I think there's about 40-50 episodes, but then there's specials and things. So I love that show. Probably one of my favourite my top 3 British comedies would be Fawlty Towers, Only Fools and Horses, and Blackadder. I would throw in Red Dwarf in there, but I do enjoy Red Dwarf. Allo Allo was a lot of fun, but I do need to rewatch that, so I can't really say it's a favourite of mine because I only watched it once all the way through. But there's a ton of great British comedies. Let me know your favourite British comedy. Let me know your favourite TV show from your country, what country you live in. You know, it'd be interesting to see what you've got. I did watch 2 episodes of Game of Thrones last night as well. I never watched it. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't watch live TV, and I very rarely watch shows that have just come out. I watched 2 episodes of it last night. It looked great on the Sky TV, I ain't going to lie. It looked really good on demand. And my only caveat was there was no subtitles. So, Sky, seriously, come on, fix your subtitles, because you say that you have subtitles for things, but you don't. It wasn't that bad because the TV's loud enough and it was great quality audio, so I could hear what they're saying for the most part. But it's just sometimes when people are talking quietly, you know, you can sometimes miss dialogue, and sometimes, you know, who the hell is that guy? And maybe they talked about him earlier, and you're like, I can't remember what his name was. But the 2 episodes I did watch last night were quite good, so it's definitely a show that I think I'm going to continue watching. Of course, House of Dragon is the newest one. You know, I believe the Game of Thrones is based on the Fire and Ice story, a book, because everyone seems to think Game of Thrones is a book. It's not. It's a series, but each book is its own thing, you know, so... I did watch both Porky films as well the other day. I know there's the 3rd one, but I haven't got that. They were a lot of fun. I enjoyed them. The second one... I enjoyed the second one as well. I think the first one was better, but the second one was a lot of fun as well. I enjoy good comedy movies and things. So I watched a terrible horror movie on Netflix called Amityville Theatre. And I kind of like the idea of a supernatural horror film set in an abandoned, you know, play theatre. That sounds really cool, because when you watch a lot of these... paranormal shows, they always have an episode set in a theatre because they're hotspots, you know, for ghosts and paranormal activity and stuff like that. But the movie was just so bad. I mean, the acting was terrible. The main actress was just so... oh my god, the way she spoke. And it was just, the dialogue was absolutely terrible. There was some... I wouldn't say creepy scenes, because it weren't creepy at all. I like the idea of it. Unfortunately, it's fell flat big time. You know, no offense to whoever worked on that film, fair enough. But Amityville, everyone talks about, you know, Friday the 13th, Chucky, Halloween, how many films they've got. Fucking Amityville's even worse. Sorry about that. My dad called me. So I'm going to end this video right now. Sorry, it's going to be lower quality because I've got to edit it together. But I'm going to end this video now. Whatever I was talking about before, I do apologise. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted with what's going on, and that. I'm looking forward to seeing what we watch. I did, like I said, going back to the Game of Thrones thing, I'm glad that I've started something. I never watch things when they first come out, but when they do, I get, you know, because I've got it all, like, being able... That's why I love streaming services. You can just watch what you want when you want. But anyway, if you enjoyed this little vlog update, feel free to leave a like, comment below, let me know what you've been up to recently, what you're playing, what you're going to play, any plans this week, and of course, let me know some of your favourite TV shows from your country. And as always, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Take care.